with Strategic. We are not an academic organization. We are a practical organization. Everything that I'm going to share with you today was implemented. Even if it's a little bit challenging, even if it's a little bit different, it was implemented. So feel free to ask me the questions afterwards about how we did it, what we did. We work with a wide variety of organizations all over the world. And it's the same thing. Everybody thinks our industry is different, our country is different, and there are differences. But there are core principles in customer relationships that you cannot ignore. These are just laws that we absolutely cannot ignore. So before I start, just by raise of hands, how many of you are concerned about customer retention? Just by raise of hands. Okay. How many of you would like to increase customer satisfaction? By raise of hands. Okay. How many of you are concerned about new customers and the ability to attract new customers? Okay. We just defined commoditization. When you are busy with those issues, that means your products today are conceived or perceived by customers as a form of commodity, and you are trying to make sure that these customers are going to come to you. Now, this is an interesting event because this is the banking industry. So you know that your competition is sitting right here asking for the same type of solution. Okay? And that is one rule you need to remember. You're not the only one who thinks about customer experience. You're not the only one who's thinking about branding. They're sitting right here or they're sitting somewhere else in an office and they're asking the same question. How do I increase customer satisfaction, customer retention, and new customers acquisition? I would like throughout the presentation today to share with you specific practical ideas you can start implementing as you go on this journey. And the first one, do me a favor, please write it down. Stop selling. Stop selling. We are busy selling to customers instead of thinking about how to create a better offer that will come to them naturally. Companies are addicted to how do I find another discount, another offer, another trick, another way to grab the customer. And when we do that, we are constantly focusing on the same product to the same customer, and we are not sure about how to bring them in. The rule that I tell to all my clients is stop selling, step back, and ask yourself a simple question. Are we really that great? Are we really that great that they should come to us and not to someone else? And if the answer is, I am not sure, then this is the problem. The problem is not another discount. You see, in commoditization, it's a very simple problem. Whenever you hear the customer say, I want a discount, okay? Here's what the customer is saying. I see your product. I see your price. I don't understand the connection. I just don't understand it. Now you have two choices. Choice one, I can give you a discount. I can give you a free refrigerator. I can give you a free microwave. I can give you free to bring you in. Option number two, I bring enough value so you can see it. I will not focus today on how to give them more free. I think you can do it by yourself. We will focus on how do we do it in the adding value part. Let's also agree one more thing, because this is a challenge that we have with every client. We come to their office and there are always some kind of a poster or a t-shirt that says we love the customer. And they think that's customer experience. We have the poster. Usually the sophisticated client, they have a poster with the sunset and it says the customer is number one, the customer is everything we do. Lovely things. Everybody have the posters. That's the easy way. Posters and t-shirts and cups are not customer experience. Before we go on this journey, we wanted to know on this year, especially in this year with the tough economic times, are customers actually care about customer experience, or it's all about price? And it's a legitimate question. What we've done is we surveyed close to 2,000 consumers in Canada and the United States, and we asked them several questions about the health of customer experience. Here's what they told us in these economic times, and I would like to assure you one thing. The recession in Brazil is not even close to the recession in America right now. I tell you, as somebody who travels around the world, Spain, with 18% unemployment, is less in a mindful recession than America with less than 10%. We have a serious problem on trust in the United States. So going to the American customers, it's the most demanding one. And here's the first one to tell you. You can see that we divided the customers to 3 groups. Detractors, unsatisfied. Natural, they don't have a complaint, but they don't have a wow. They are indifferent, they're in the middle, they're stuck, it's okay. And the promoters, the people who are absolutely loyal. What you can see from this graph is the green represents the people who are willing to stay 10 years or more with the company. 10 years. And the message is very clear. The unsatisfied, I'm ready to switch in 1 year or less. The promoters, I'm staying 10 years or more. So in this economy, I'm going to pay attention to customer experience and I'm going to reward the company with permanence of relationships. Then we ask them, are you willing to spend more than you spend right now with the company? And you can see the green part represents 25% or 40% more than what they spend right now. And you can see these existing customers who are saying, I will spend more with you, 25% or more, if you will improve customer experience for me. And that is, by the way, across the board with the loyal ones and with the unsatisfied one. I can tell you one rule that we see in every organization. You can make your numbers. You can achieve your growth this year without speaking to one new customer. I said stop selling. Not one new customer. If you focus on your customers and you actually improve customer experience from existing customers. That is a rule that we are seeing everywhere. Next question. And this is the toughest question. Are you willing to pay more than the competition? That's the hardest part. This is the counter of commoditization, right? Commoditization is everybody the same price. This is the counter. And look at what the promoters are saying. The promoters are saying, and this is the green part, the promoters are saying, I will pay 5 to 10% more from what you charge me today if I get a better experience. This is not just about smiling nicer to people. This is about, and this is the one thing I want you to remember, this is about leaving money on the table. If you are not taking care of your customer experience, you are lowering your price in your own hands. I would submit to you that companies that engage in cost reduction or any type of efficiency model, Lean, Six Sigma, whatever it is, they have decreased their own customer experience with their own hands.